High-grade G-Xiphos. Hey, what's up again everybody? It's Robert184, TouristB's gundam.tk, continuing my look at the high-grade G-Xiphos here. You've already seen the unbox, but now it's time to take a look at the completed parts before it turns into that very sharp-looking Pirate MS. Star of the manga, Memories of Sid here. The empty plates are going to be yielding the body parts that you can see down here, including some pretty cool, unique-looking pirate weapons. And you are going to have a lot of leftover plastic here. These are going to be for the regular G-Bouncer, but if you want to cut them off, you could always do a color swap or just end up with a mostly blue version. Right off the hop, the first thing that you're going to notice when you compare this guy to the regular G-Bouncer is that when you put him together, well, you get all white with the other one, but look at the color apps on here. It's not all that exciting, but I went into this thinking it was going to be an all black or an all one color mobile suit, and to see the color variation here is a pleasant surprise, especially when you compare it to its very dull predecessor. Then again, White Wolf, I mean, that's pretty cool in and of itself. In terms of mobility, everything is going to be as you'd expect here. The hips are going to rotate around inside this part that protects it. With the polycap there, the knees are going to bend like this and like this, so you're getting over 135. You can bring this forward, even though they're not going to be advertising this as a weapon, around the package. You've got the two colors here, the blue and the light purple there, and then down here this is just going to be a little bit gray. It's not quite going to be white, but it's still great to see two color feet there, and you've got some simple mobility here, but effective. The two-tone goodness continues here with the waist section, which I've got to say is looking very sharp and pirate-like. When you see the back here, you can see that you will have a weapon port if you want to pop that down. The rear skirts, though, are looking sharp there. Lots of lining opportunities there. The side skirts are going to be very simple here, and they don't actually hold any weapons, but it's going to be the front skirts. Just the fact that you've got the two different colors there, it's a big plus. And if you do want to go regular G-Bouncer, this is the kind of thing that was on the custom plate made just for this kit, but you can always swap off and go back and make a dark version of the original, or a two-tone one at that. The waist section is going to be cool again with the two colors there, purple and blue, with that little jewel that you just had on there for a little bit of color. Underneath this white or the gray part there, you've actually got some black seals on either side, so think of them as sound wave speakers there in the front. And even if you don't put them on, the shadows of the plastic itself is actually going to cover it up. It's just a regular seal there that's not very noticeable, but then again, it does just break up the otherwise white bar there across. For the shoulders and the mobility here, not too much going up and down, but still better than nothing. And they are going to move this way, and you've got this nice common part back here. You've got the thrusters and the backpack attachment, which is you can swap off with other kits. As even this is going to go two-tone here, as you've got the thrusters in gray on the inside there. Of course, it would be nice if you wanted to paint it up. But you've got blue offset there with the purple there. And you can see that you're also going to have the thrusters underneath. So lots of cool different things. If you want to take this and pop it off and put it on something else, you can. Like a Diva Adele or others, if you just want to take off their backpack attachment there, you can go ahead and plug this in and give them a lot more bounce. The arms are going to be looking good here in terms of colors, although that's partly due to the inclusion of seals. But for mobility, you can rotate it around as you'd expect, and a 90 and more there. So you can get it up, but you're not going to get a full 180, but nonetheless pretty impressive for a high grade, although not all that attractive from the back. Looking up at the shoulders here, this is going to be another big change from the regular G-Bouncer there with his triangular ones. These ones just have that same theme that we've already seen with the waist skirts of the lining options there. And you're just going to have a blue seal here, which is going to match the color that you see with the back of the elbows and this nice little part here, which isn't going to be moved. It's solidly attached on there, but nonetheless, it always looks good to have some armor under the protruding shoulders. Blue and purple there, everything's looking fine. And for the hands, you've got the manipulators. And remember, you are going to be getting some custom ones. As you can see here, because he is going to have a custom left hand, so if you see the weapon holding hand there for the left, that's not going to be utilized. You do have a fist here, which is also going to be a bit of a waste, but it's this one here, which is going to be special and get that two-hand grip on the heat sword. And these extras are just going to be X'd out on the plate, so if you want to throw them on, or at least keep them, you've always got that option. But this is where the pirate comes in here. Outside of a parrot on the shoulder, I don't know what's better than having a hook for a hand here. And basically, it's going to be sort of well designed. The Dodge Buster H here, just you can put on a regular hand there if you want. You've still got all the regular forearm parts. It's identical to the right arm, but then you've just got a simple peg there and you can just put that in. It's going to not rotate though. That's a little bit of a knock against it. You'd think that they could have done something, just swapped off this forearm part, given you something additional, and had it a little bit rounder, and then this would go around. nonetheless, for what it is, it's going to look fantastic. Even though it is just a few simple gray pieces put together, the blaster looks good, and the hook here is actually going to be done up in that little bit of silver shine here, and it's going to be able to move up and down. It's not going to be a very useful blaster, but nonetheless, in terms of an intimidating hand weapon, this one is definitely setting itself apart. With the heat saber doing a good job of holding its own there, I could have put a little bit more lining there on the actual blade, but it is always nice that they're going to be giving you that silverish plastic there. It's going to be different from the gray that makes up the other tertiary color for the actual body. But in terms of the execution here, pretty simple. You're just going to take this blade and it just slides out, and here you've got the handle, so you could put it in either way. A couple of lining options down there, simple, effective, and a fun-looking pirate piece of weaponry. But to top things off, how about this for a unique looking head? First of all, for the face mask, it's going to be great that it's done up in that nice gray there. And actually, if you take a look carefully on either side of his cheeks there, that's actually going to be a seal. If you saw the original unbox video, when you've got the eyes, you've got the regular black with the green on it, but they're both going to have gray sticking down there, and it fits just perfectly in that slightly triangular section there. You've also got a clear or a green part there that you could actually just use without any seals whatsoever for the eyes and the camera lens, but nonetheless, you're just going to get a little bit more shine there if you actually put on the seal. But compared to the regular G-Bouncer here, you are going to have quite a few different options, as the back of the head here is going to be coming out, not quite for the flat top effect of the Dark Hound, but you can always go and swap these off if you want to go for regular G-Bouncer there, because this guy's going to have interesting ears, an interesting back of the head there with a big camera lens, and from the front, I've got to say that this is one of the cooler designs, and definitely seems a plus and a step up on the old one. And that's not a knock against the original, because the original G-Bouncer in all white is exactly what Wolf Eniaco should be flying around with. It's even worth painting up on your own, but I'm sure you can tell that I'm already very impressed with the parts, just due to the colors that they chose, having the two different colors there of the dark, to go along with the gray and the silver, all pluses, and the original parts that they molded just for this guy, between the hand weapon here and the skirts and the shoulders. It's all fantastic, and remember that you've always got the option of going back to the originals. Always great when Bandai throws in touches like that. Nonetheless, parts being great, let's see how the mobile suit is going to stack up. Stick around for the next part, and as always, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, everybody. See ya. A sword? You're making me laugh so much I could go to pieces here.